Gordon. Hello! It's very weird doing this. I'm back. Yeah, TW 2016. I said on the 27th of July it would be back. I've had quite a lot of time off. I don't know when my last video was. But hey ho, I'm back with Falling Star Wrestling. Where we started last August. The first TW 2016 series I did was Falling Star Wrestling. I then stopped it. I brought it back. Stopped it again. It's back again. This time it's going to be a little different. I know that some people are going to not enjoy it because I've made all the wrestlers myself, so they're better than what they probably should be game wise. But I don't care. I want it to be a good series. So there's going to be 3 series or 4. There's going to be Fallen Star Wrestling, WWF 1994, which I started before, which I ain't got going into edit yet. We're just doing Full Start at the moment. I don't know how long it's going to take me to add all these. There's definitely going to be a local to global There's going to be 2 local to globals if I'm thinking about it. One in the United States, one in Britain, or there might just be 2 British companies. One which is a local to global, which we're running, because there's a lot of British companies in this game. But yeah, I think I'm going to sneeze. But yeah, so I'm just going to squeeze my nose, stop that from happening. So tonight we're in front of 326 people in Wrestling's Community Centre. I don't think that can hold that many people, but anyway. So your first opening segment tonight is featuring Tom Falcon, and he comes down to the ring and he goes, "Good evening, wrestling, and welcome to your monthly fight night. You see next month a Fight or Flight. I want Jimmy Starr, and I want back my Limitless title. He stole from me. You see, back in Holt, you hit me so hard with a steel chair, it worried the fans and scared them. I don't like this Jimmy Starr. He gone into the deep end. I want one more match with you at Fight or Flight. Look, I beat you twice now. Shut up. You're a waste of space. I don't care if when I got this championship I made you give me the shot or you lose your job. You see, because of you, I don't own Fallen Star Wrestling anymore. As I have some say, tonight you'll face Crawley. If you win, you get your shot. If I win, I will get my shot in a ladder match. Okay, that's fine. You won't win." And he lays out Tom Falcon with the full Limitless title belt before leaving the ring. So yeah, this is one of the ongoing rivalries at the moment. Fallen Star, Holt, he did hit him with steel chair, was there quite hard. It bloody looked. I thought he was knocked out for a period of time after that shot. I don't think he was, but he did look like it. Jimmy Starr turned heel at one of these monthly events, I think it was, when Tom Falcon won back the Limitless title after having it stripped because of injury, and then he came out and ordered him to give him a shot right then and there for the bout, or he'd lose his job. There is a woman who's running the company at the moment, but she ain't doing it in the game because I can't find any information on her. So this is Crawley. He's one of the newer wrestlers from when we did it last year. There's Tom Falcon. Oh, that's the Tom Falcon picture I've got and the Jimmy Starr picture I've got. Most of these wrestlers that are actually in the company at the moment, I have made myself. So you'll see a lot of the ratings a bit higher than what they should be, but a 38, I'm not saying. Complaining, do you wish to continue about dressing this? No. So you'll see a lot of this tonight. It's just the fact that half of these wrestlers ain't got gimmicks. So I've had to do some gimmick changes. So you'll see a lot of that during the matches. And our opening match tonight is the beautiful and luxurious Ashley Stark, Slytherin's most hated princess, the Serpent, taking on Jack Hammer, who are both wrestlers in Full Star Wrestling. He's only 14 years old. In 11:44 by pinfall following botched interference by Furio. So Jack Hammer was really off his game. He had a room performance of 39, Ashley Stark 36. So the breakup storyline is continue to this. So there was something called the Serpent's Faction or something like that. She had a faction with Furio. Furio left the faction behind. I'm going to try and explain what's been going on so you guys can catch up. It's all going to change after the Furio's a vampire, as you probably all know because I use him quite a lot. But yeah, he turned on Ashley Stark and now he hasn't wrestled in many shows, but he sat in the crowd and then distracted her and she still won a match, I think. But, you know, can't complain. It's been a good storyline. But he basically comes out, tries to attack her, but accidentally tracks Jack Hammer. But we'll see. So in a decent match, the Pitbulls defeated the returning Lion Kid, who only has appeared at one show for Full Star Wrestling, which was the Hulk show. But he's on contract. Sammy Smooth's another one of those wrestlers who's appeared occasionally, once or twice with the company, once at Holt and then another show. In 11:14, when Bulk defeated Lion Kid by pinfall. So the Pitbulls, Bulk and Big Joe, who are main eventers, keep their Full Star taking parts. Sammy Smooth 23, Kid 44, Big Joe 46, Bulk 43, Bulk improving the techno. 40D minus, no improvements there for anyone else. Do you want to continue about dressing this? Nope. So he didn't have a gimmick, so he's got that one. There's no heels and faces in this company, by the way, because I don't think they really matter to me. And it helps my booking a bit easier. So then we get into the end of the first half. There'll be an interval after this match. But in a decent match, Tom Falcon defeated Crawley in 14:47 by pinfall following a botched interference by himself. I don't know why he botched interference himself. It was meant to be Jimmy Starr. But hey-ho. Crawley's improving in performance. Crawley 38, Tom Falcon 33. You'll see a lot of push going towards him. So he will get his ladder match at Fight or Flight, but I forgot to add it. You'll get to see it. Oh, God, more gimmick changes. There we go. He's now a good heel. That'll do. This is just a nice little match. Jaden Scar debut defeated Mitch Basher in 7:44 by pinfall. Scar 36, Mitch Basher 41, 38 D-. Another good match for tonight. I need to make sure I do this on every match of the people who... I've tried to use everybody who's got this tonight. So George Rashford defeated Patrick Vincent Crawley, PVC. 34 for George Rashford, 37 for Patrick. These are the two worst of the wrestlers. Not being mean to them, they are recently... I don't know if they're new wrestlers or not, but... I don't want to make it too obvious, but I've made a lot of these wrestlers myself, so I've made them as good as I think they are in real life. Like the mod makers do when they do this, but I've made them as good as I think they are in real life. 35E+. As rules are, Jimmy Starr is Limited Champion. He must defend his belt every show, so he takes on Robbie Reed here tonight. Let's just do the handle the changes. There you go, Robbie Reed. In a decent match, Jimmy Starr defeated Robbie Reed in 14:22 by pinfall, a handful of tights. Of course, he's cheating to win. Jimmy Starr makes defense number 1 of his Limited title. So Robbie Reed was a part of the NLP. He then got kicked out, or he left, because Mitch Basher and Crawley did the NLP, which is what I've got. Mitch Basher is in the game, as you saw. Don't know if he's wrestling or injured, because I haven't seen him for a while. But at Fight or Flight, Robbie Reed versus Crawley, loser leaves Falling Star Wrestling. And then your main event of the night is a video hyping Walters. I don't know why Crawley's in it, because it's meant to be Crusher Curtis, taking on C.W. Davis and King Kendo, making his return. Someone he doesn't wrestle for the company now. He used to, as you can see, so I really wanted him to be on board with this. So I'm just going to quickly do all of these, because everybody needs their gimmick exchanged, and then I'll be happily... There we go. So in a decent match, Crusher Curtis and Matt Walters defeated C.W. Davis and King Kendo in 16:48, and Crusher Curtis defeated King Kendo. In terms of ring work, Matt Walters head and shoulders above announced. He is the Limitless Fallen Star Limitless Champion. And King Kendo's weak link, that's fine. Matt Walters 49, Crusher Curtis 38, King Kendo 23, C.W. Davis 39. No work improvements for 40 months. I'll be checking that because I have edited these details, but he's definitely not doing 23 in ring work, so I'll have a look at that after this. So we have a 40D minus, increased our popularity in one region. I'm going to give the show to... I'm going to give Jimmy Starr, Tom Falcon, Tom Falcon, thank you, and Matt Walters the praise for great performances. And I'll see you guys next month for our next live fight night, when there'll be some more matches announced. To push the wrong button for the up and coming show. So thank you for watching the first ever fight night monthly of Falling Star Wrestling Save. We hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next month. Hello and welcome back. There's some surprises for tonight's Limitless Fight or Flight show. It's in front of 300 people at the Tudor Levi's Hall. Tonight, I have got some working deals with some big name companies, as I will mention in the pay-per-view. Now, as Tom Gatt told me, don't bring them in. I'm going to bring them in, unless they're Kenny Omega, he said, because he wants to smash Kenny Omega, which I'll do at some point for him. But what I'm doing is I'm going to bring them in, but they're only going to come in for these shows, these big monthly shows. They're not going to be in for anything else unless they're British stars and they're signed under contract. There might be a couple of American guys, because I like that side out. He might get signed, but we'll get to that. So I come out to the ring and I go, welcome to Fight or Flight. Tonight we got wrestlers from Fallen Star Academy, Lucha Underground, Impact, and 2 major UK stars will be in this ring. You see, I got working deals with some great companies, and some months I'll bring some of their stars here to battle for you awesome fans in Falling Star Wrestling. You see, the wrestling world is changing, and so tonight we are live on pay-per-view throughout the UK. And starting this Monday night, we'll be on TV every week, with Fight Night featuring the best the UK has to offer. Tonight, we have some special guests, but that is a one-night thing, and some will be here tomorrow. Fallen Star fans, are you ready to rumble? Your first match is Rey Mysterio versus Drago. This is Fight or Flight. So I debuted my weirdo gimmick. I've got the train of average. And we open up with Rey Mysterio taking on Drago, as I said. These two are only on a one-night deal. I think Rem Still's on a two-night deal, so he might be at the TV show. I can't remember. I did sign some of them accidentally to two-night deals. But in a decent match, Rem Mysterio defeated Drago in 19 minutes 44 by pinfall with a 6'9" into a flying splash. Drago 33, Rem Mysterio 58. So I will mention that Fight or Flight is live tonight in West Lynn. I can't go because my fiance is working and we won't be able to get there in time. So I'm really sad I'm going to miss it, but I want to see how much of the actual events that happen on this Fight or Flight. Matches like this and the special guest matches won't be happening. I can confirm that. Rem Mysterio is not there, and Kaylee Ray defeating Ginny's not there either. 34 for Ginny, 39 for Kaylee Ray. I know for a fact either of these two girls are not working for Star Wrestling, but I've got a working deal with ICW in progress, so I thought it'd work out that we'd put them on the show. In a decent match, Johnny Storm defeated Jody Flesh. This is actually a real life match. Jody Flesh 45, Johnny Storm 43. 43D, not as bad as I thought it would be. This is an actual match which is happening in real life. So I hope they do put this match on YouTube. If you're listening to me, Tom Garrett, get that sorted for me, please. Or Falcon, whatever you want me to call him. I'm going to ignore that. In a poor match, Jonathan Windsor defeated Danny Duggan in 10:07 by pinfall. Jonathan Windsor 32, Danny Duggan 33. Jonathan Windsor improving in performance. In a decent match, Lion Kid defeated PVC in 7:49 by pinfall Lion Brawls Press. PVC 43, Lion Kid 39. No work experience of 41D. In a decent match, Tom Falcon defeated Jimmy Starr in a ladder match in 15:02 and Tom Falcon retrieved the item. After Jimmy Starr had been taken out by the returning Kenny Mack, Tom Falcon wins the Limitless title. If this happens in real life, you'll nick it from me, which even though this ain't going up till probably tomorrow. Falcon 40, Jimmy Starr 47. Tom Falcon and Jimmy Starr getting better at their gimmicks. So all the storylines will change tomorrow. This is the end of this. So there'll be a storyline between Kenny and Jimmy Starr. So they were a tag team. Jimmy Starr turned on him. Turned on Kenny Mack, which is when he kind of turned heel. So I thought, makes sense for Kenny Mack to come out, beat the living crap out of Jimmy Starr to help Tom Falcon win the title in a ladder match. I hope that's how they're going to do it in real life. I don't know. It's not like I was there because it's the 10th for the 8th for 13:37. The event hasn't even happened yet. So of course, Pentagon Dark and Matt Sydal from Impact Wrestling will not be there. I cannot remember, but there is a 4-pack challenge for the Pitbulls tag team belts. But in a decent match, the Pitbulls defeated Next Level, NLP, and Pentagon Dark and Matt Sydal in 8:11. The order of elimination was Pentagon Dark and Matt Sydal first, good. Next Level and finally the NLP. Pitbulls makes defense number 2 of their tag team belts. Jack Hammer's getting better at his gimmick. Mitch Bash seemed off his game. Matt Sydal 54. Pentagon Dark 47. Jaden Scar 41. Jack Hammer 50. Crawley 43. Mitch Basher 40. Big Joe 46. And Bulk 43. So Matt Sydal, you see, that's why I like Matt Sydal, because he's got a 50. So is Jack Hammer, though. Jack Hammer's quite good. Crawley in Rumble. Bulk in Techno. And Jaden Scar in Flying. Good on these two to make a special guest appearance tonight for Fight or Flight. In a poor match, King Kendo defeated Sammy Smooth in 8:05 by Pinzan full of tights. King Kendo's getting better. His gimmick Sammy Smooth. King Kendo 45, Sammy Smooth 21. No work improvements. So James R. Kennedy, who is his manager, gets off the announce desk, distracts Sammy Smooth from the announce desk, and then he quickly rolls him up because, as you'll see, I don't know if it's here, James R. Kennedy is on the announce desk. So is Jason Santiago, which is actually the ring announcer for Fallen Star Wrestling. In about that good heat and decent wrestling, CW Davis defeated Crusher Curtis in 7:38, Crusher Curtis 45, CW Davis 50, no work improvements of 48D. I'm going to put these two in a storyline with that performance, so that will be something that's going to happen over the next few weeks, of course, up until, I think we'll change the storylines tonight, and then we'll change them again after September's event. But I'm going to do another pay-per-view and a month's worth of TVs today, hopefully, if I get the time. But Ashley starting off again, Furio 30, Ashley Start 34, the breakup has advanced segment. So that's the end of that. Furio beat Ashley Start 37D minus, the end of the breakup storyline. And then, of course, in a decent match, Johnny Impact debuts defeating George Rashford in 8:12 by pinfall the Moonlight Driver. Johnny Impact has a gimmick that's going to stale, well, Impact Wrestling can deal with that. George Rashford 39, Johnny Impact 64. Another reason why I brought Johnny Impact in, 55C minus, a great little match. A main event, Kenny Mackey returned, takes on Robbie Reed, losing to Robbie Reed. But Kenny Mack's improving performance, so he'll probably get brought in permanently. I quickly made him after this show and then quickly made his character profile and then quickly throw him in to the game and then eyed him on a one-night deal, as you can do. So next up is Matt Walters taking on Joseph Connors. I don't know how well this match is going to go down. Joseph Connors is 36. He's in the lower mid card, but I want him to be the champion and carry the company forward into the TV deal. So in a decent match, Connors defeats Matt Walters in 14:36 by pinfall with an all-shoe right. Connors wins the Fallen Star Championship title. Joseph Connors old school, 36, Matt Walters 57. No work improvements of 41D, but this is your main event tonight. As Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay make their Falling Star Wrestling debuts. And in an exceptional match, Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Will Ospreay in 21 minutes 41 by submission with a single stretch. Zack Sabre Jr. has got a gimmick of getting stale. The match suffered from a lack of psychology. It would really have someone who would use somebody who knows how to construct a proper flow. Ospreay 70, Sabre Jr. 69. No work improvements, and that is where we end Fight or Flight with a 58 C-. You see, it always helps when you bring in these bigger names for these pay-per-views because it gives you a better rating. I don't think we would have. I think we would have made a loss on this show, to be honest, with the amount of stars I brought in, which was a ridiculous idea. But I just thought it'd be a bit of fun to show you that I've got Impact and all that lot on board. Doesn't mean they're going to be appearing every week or every month. My cat just made me jump. I've got 2 cats in this house, and they're both little horrors, and they both make me jump. So there's Zack Sabre Jr., Will Ospreay, and Johnny Impact Scene, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you tomorrow night for the first of 4 and another pay-per-view TV tapings on this episode. Thank you for watching. Hello and welcome back. It's now time for the first TV show of Fallen Star Wrestling Fight Night live in front of 361 fans at the Montalbán Centre. So in a decent pre-show match, the NLP defeated George Rashford. Let me just check everything's been picked up. Yes, everything's been picked up. Awesome. So in the pre-show match, NLP defeated George Rashford, and Fury in 7.9. Mitch defeated Fury by pinfall 39D. Fury 40, Rashford 39, Crawley 40, Basher 38. Fury in flying and performance, and Crawley in performance. Nice. In a decent pre-show match, Danny Duggan defeated Johnny Storm. Danny Duggan 30, Johnny Storm 42. Not a bad match, 38 minus. In a decent pre-show match, Jody Flesh defeated Robbie Reed in 7.59 by pinfall the Shooting Star Pile Driver. Jody Flesh 43, Robbie Reed 41. I think Robbie Reed was meant to win that match, but no. Yeah, that's right. Do you want your wishing to continue that on this? Yes, because he's not ready for his turn yet. So in a pre-show match, I've had decent wrestling done with cheat. King Kendo defeated Jonathan Windsor in 10:01. King Kendo 47, Jonathan Windsor 36. King Kendo and Jonathan Windsor pretty good chemistry left in the match. Nice. So we open up with Matt coming down to the ring, and he goes, "Last night I lost the wrong thing that makes me a star. My Falling Star Wrestling Championship. You see, the first live fight night, and I'm standing here naked without my belt. And Joseph Connors, the music hits, and he just comes out and goes, "Really? You want to stand here and moan? You see, I only came here for a night. But it looks like I'm not going anywhere. Matt and Ray are here for one more night. They're not main eventing. Me versus you, rematch tonight, live." The announced quality elite lifts the segment. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. The Fallen Star Wrestling Championship surrounds the segment. No work for 42D. Nice way to open up the show. And then we just have a quick match between Sydal and Rey Mysterio in 5:48 by pinfall. The Hayward is driving to get rid of them off the roster. Sydal 55, Rey Mysterio 50. No work for it. Matt Sydal performing better than Rey Mysterio. In an extremely short match, Next Level defeated the Pitbulls in 3:08 when Big Joe was coming out after being tapped by Mitch Batcher during the match. So at the same time, Crawley came out, the NLP came out and started beating up Big Joe and Bulk, which is the tag team storyline. Jones Scar 39, Jackhammer 45, Big Joe 46, Bulk 44. No Bulk improving in performance. Right, we're going to pre-book some matches for next week's show. We're going to be booking the majority of the matches for next week's show. So the first one will be Bulk. He will be taken on in one-on-one action, if my computer would speed up, against Mitch Basher. So that's going to be happening live next week on Fallen Star Wrestling. Not only is that match going to be happening, Big Joe's going to be in singles action. And he will be taking on Crawley in singles action. So they're 2 matches for next week. We've got a few more to be booked. And I think one of them's after this. So Tom Fowler's in the back. He's got his title on his shoulder and he goes, "Look at this. Thanks to Kenny Mack, I hold this gold. I got it back. I got back what is mine." And last night, the crowd went with what was wild when he came out and helped me win what is mine. You see, Jimmy, next week live on Fight Night will be me versus you, the rematch. Because tonight I'm going to give someone else a shot at this See you out there, PVC. And he just walks off. And as we see walk off, we see Furio hiding behind the curtain. So what the hell's going on with... Why is Furio spying on Tom Falcon? You have to keep following these storylines, won't you? But yes, next week it will be the rematch. Falcon will be in action against Jimmy Star, one-on-one for that Limitless title. That's going to be your main event of the TV next week. But in a decent match, Tom Falcon defeated Patrick Vincent Crown in 7:31 by pinfall. Falcon makes defense number 1 of his Limitless title. PVC 44, Tom Falcon 44. Tom Falcon's getting base connect. I'm sorry, PVC. I know you're probably watching this and thinking I'm being a bit horrible to you, but you have lost every match. You're going to start getting some wins now, don't we? In an extremely short match, Sammy Smooth defeated Ashley Stark in 4 minutes 54. Sammy Smooth 28, Ashley Stark 35. No working room to 33 plus. In a good battle, good heat and decent wrestling. Crusher Curtis and Jimmy Star defeated Lion Kid and CW Davis. So Jimmy Star and Crushers don't tag well in 8-19 when Jimmy Star defeated Lion Kid by pinfall. CW Davis 44, Lion Kid 47. Jimmy Star 42, 46, the Big Man Wrestling segment, because I said these two were good in the ring together, so I'm putting them into more matches. So they're now in a storyline. And then our main event for this evening is Joseph Connors versus Matt Walters. I would like to announce something for next week, as well as those matches. A huge announcement for next week's show is the fact that King Kendo is going to be in action. But he's going to be in action against former world champion Matt Walters. I have just had that on good word from the authority in the back. But in a decent match, Joseph Connors defeated Matt Walters in 15-10 by pinfall with an all she wrote. Joseph Connors makes defense number 1 of his Fallen Star Championship. Matt Walters 56, Joseph Connors 46. Fallen Star Championship advanced segment gained heat. Joseph Connors improving a rumble. The reason I'm putting him over is he's a low mid-carder. His popularity is not there with like the likes of Matt Walters and that on the roster. So I'm really pushing him as much as I can now. And that ends with a 51D plus a 47D. Increase our popularity in one region because we're only on the local channel for where we're based. But there you go, my friends. Another great show from Falling Star Wrestling. We'll see you next week live on Monday night for Falling Star Wrestling Fight Night. We'll see you with another TV show next week. Hello and welcome back to Falling Star Wrestling. 355 people at the Castle Hall tonight. In a decent pre-show match, Lion Kid defeats CW Davis by pinfall. The Lion Raw Press interference from Crusher Curtis. It don't get the storyline going, but in our eyes it does. But they don't do it on pre-shows. Let's move on. So Crusher Curtis and Texan Jonas Scar beating him in 40 minus. I'm not really that bothered about pre-shows, so I'm just going to run through the pre-show quickly. Furio defeated Jack Hammond 7:41 by pinfall. Furio 43, Jack Hammond 49. Furio improving in performance. In a decent pre-show match, Jody Scar defeated Robbie Reed by pinfall the 720 Phoenix DDT. No, that was meant to be Robbie Reed winning this week. Oh, shit. Oh, well. 42D. Nope, we're not doing it. Yes, we're going to do it now. Yeah, build it up. So then we open up with the main TV show tonight, live, as always, on a Monday night. And we see Furio, and he goes, we see him in the room, and he's got just a coffin behind him. It's just like red lights, and he goes, Tom Falcon, you got what I need. You got what I need, that title belt. The devil has spoken and has said, and he says he needs a blood sacrifice, and that will be you in 3 weeks. I'm going to get back that Limitless title and please the devil. He then spits blood at the camera. So in 3 weeks' time, I can confirm at Ground at 0, because I can't remember the name of the pay-per-view, it will be Furio versus Tom Falcon for the Limitless title. And Tom, if you're watching this, because I know you watched the previous years, you're not tagging with him, you're fighting with him. If any of you were wondering where that was going when they were tagging together, Furio put a voodoo spell on Tom Falcon, and that's why he's working for him. That was the idea. But in a decent match, as announced last week, Crawley defeated Big Joe by pinfall using underhand tactics. Big Joe 44, Crawley 37. The Pitbulls and the NLP storyline. Big Joe and Crawley don't seem to click. I don't know what to talk about. Damn. But in a decent match, Mitch Basher defeated Bulk by pinfall legally using the rights of leverage. Mitch Basher 44, Bulk 40. And next week, your main event for TV will be those two guys, those two teams, the NLP and the Legion of Pain, taking on the Pitbulls one-on-one in action for the tag team belts. That's going to be your main event next week. We then cut to the ring. After that, we hear Jimmy Star comes down to the ring with a mic and he goes, Kenny, I know you're here. I know you're here. I'm back properly. Because of you, I lost my title. I come into my ring, and I will not miss a show because I am true, no matter how much these fans stink. You see, this battle, I'm going to rage. Is going to rage, and I'll come out on top. So watch your back, Kenny Mac. Now, it was announced on funstarwrestling.com or .co.uk after tonight's TV show that Jimmy Starr will take on Kenny Mac for the first time since he attacked him and tagged with him at Fallen Star Wrestling Ground Zero live on Sunday, the 4th week of August. Not October. We're not in October. Thinking about a game I'm doing on my own. In a battle, had decent reaction from the crowd, but Subpar Wrestling, Johnny Storm, Sonny Smooth, and Ashley Stark defeated Rashford, Jonathan Windsor, and Danny Duggan in 8:14. When Stark defeated Danny Duggan by pinfall. Stark 33, Sonny Smooth 25, Johnny Storm 41, Danny Duggan 32, Windsor 31, and George Rashford 37. Windsor improving in performance and Danny Duggan in performance. Nice, a 30-16 minus. Then in a decent match, Matt Walls defeats King Kendo by pinfall following a botched interference by Joseph Connors. Kendo 46, Walters 55, no work improves of 52D+. And then we have our main event tonight where Jimmy Starr, in a decent match, Tom Falcon defeated Jimmy Starr in 15:27 by pinfall. After a distraction from Kenny Mac, basically his music and his Titantron plays in the arena, and Tom Falcon makes defense number 2 of his Limitless title. Kenny Mac has debuted his fan favourite gimmick, Scottish Run of Awful, Jimmy Starr 45, Falcon 40, the Star vs. Max Ballon's and second at Gained Heat. No work improvements. And then after the match, Tom Falcon celebrating his victory, and then Furio basically just runs in and attacks him, beating him down to the mat. And then after the show, PVC has his first win in a decent post-show match, defeating the returning Kenny Mac. Next week, I can confirm for Fight Night next week. I need to make this important. Fight Night next week, you'll be getting to see a tag team match, 2 tag team matches on the card, as Crusher Curtis. Jimmy Starr, I don't know. Yeah, Jimmy Starr, Crusher. We'll be tagging with Crusher Curtis against C.W. Davis and none other than Kenny and Mac. So next week they'll be getting a chance to face each other in a tag team match. I will ignore that unless we're having Crusher Curtis. We'll have Crusher Curtis as a face just so that the fact they don't tag very well. Just that's what I was thinking. Where's Kenny? Mac, there he is. Kenny Mac will be tagging on C.W. Davis in, and then C.W. Davis will be tagging with Jimmy Starr. Falcon, of course, by rules, will be defending the Limitless title. He will be in action next week. Of course, Tom Falcon always in action, and this time he will be taking on former champion Ashley Stark. So she has been the Limitless champion before in the company history. And finally, as always, live on television, King Kendo will be in action as he takes on someone. I need to work out who. He'll be taking on Lion Kid, and hopefully we can get him to have another win and get his popularity up. That's next week. 44D, increased our popularity in one region. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you live for another edition of Fight Night. Thank you for watching. Welcome back. It's Fallen Star Wrestling Fight Night live tonight from the Badlam Theatre. I didn't change the venue, so I'm probably somewhere useless. But tonight, in a decent match, Danny Duggan defeats Furio by pinfall after distraction with Tom Falcon. I don't know if there's any other things between these two tonight. I don't think I've booked anything on the main show. In a decent pre-show match, Jack Hammer defeated Jody Flash in 8:02. Jack Hammer 46, Jody Flash 44. 45D. In a decent match, Johnny Storm defeated Jaden Scar in 8:20 by pinfall the Wonder Well. Jaden Scar 46, Johnny Storm 38. Hey, Fallen Star, taking note of this. Them two are good. Get Johnny Storm versus Jaden Scar, please. I'll be there. In a pre-show battle, a decent match of the crowd. Robbie Reed defeats Jonathan Windsor in 7:47. Jonathan Windsor is getting better his gimmick. Robbie Reed's getting better his gimmick. Windsor's off his game. Robbie Reed 42, Windsor 27. No work of improvements. In a poor pre-show match, Joseph Connors defeated Sammy Smooth in 17:42 by pinfall All She Wrote. Connors makes defense number 2 of the championship. Sammy Smooth 20, Connors 43. And now we go into the main show. So yeah, we've got Bram on the roster. You'll find out what's going on in a minute. So Josh, I'm stood in the ring and I go, thank you for coming to the ring. Now I have said Matt Walls will not be getting another shot at your belt at the next pay-per-view. He'll have a number 1 contenders match against this man. Then Patrick Vincent Crown comes out. If you win, you can have one more chance at that belt. So Ground Zero is hotting up, and this is the semi-main of the evening. PVC will be taking on Matt Walters, and whoever wins in a number one contenders match, whoever wins will be... I don't normally do number one contenders matches. I can't even spell, but there you go, and that's the number one contenders match, Patrick Vincent versus Matt Walters. So he then comes out, BVC comes out. If you win, you can have another match. Connors, on to you. I have signed a huge name to face you for your championship, and it is this man, Bram. He comes out, shakes JJ's hands. Now that is sorted, get out of my ring. So basically, JR's had enough of it over the past few weeks, just bickering over this bout. So he's gone, well, you can't have another shot, but yeah, we've got a main event. We're going to have a great time. So, Bram versus... And I know that everyone's going to laugh, but Joseph Connors is right down here in the lower mid-card, yet he's the main event of our shows. So we're going to be pushing him to the moon to get him up to where we need him. So we open up tonight with the matches as confirmed you saw. In a decent match, Tom Fallon defeated Ashley Stark in 8:09 by pinfall. He makes event number 3 of his limitless title. Ashley Stark 38, Falcon 40. No working prevents title for the game. Furio was a pretty weak. Oh yeah, Furio was sat at the desk, wasn't he? He wasn't really commentating, he was just sat there rocking back and forth watching the match. CW Davis and Crusher Curtis get into the backstage and Arm breaks out and they start brawling. There is another match coming up at the pay-per-view. This time I'm going to do something a little different. There it is. I don't know how well these two are going to do at a brawl-based match, but they should be alright because I've made sure they're pretty good at brawling, so they should be alright. But there you go, them two are going to be facing off in a brawl-based I Quit match at the next show. In a decent match, King Kendo defeated Lion Kid in 8:17 by pinfall. Lion Kid 43, King Kendo 39, who's now working for Defiant. And there's something going on. And about that, good heat and decent wrestling, CW Davis and Jimmy Starr defeat Kenny Mack and Crusher Curtis, and Jimmy Starr defeat Kenny Mack by pinfall. Did that on purpose. Crusher Curtis 43, Kenny Mack 46, Jimmy Starr 45, CW Davis 44. CW Davis improving Rumble. In a decent match, Patrick Vincent Crown defeated George Rashford in 8:02 by pinfall. PVC 45, George Rashford a 37. No work improvements. 41D, they're getting better. And then our main event of the evening, the Pitbulls. In a decent match, NLP drew with the Pitbulls in 14:57 following a double countout. Crawley had a ring performance of 41, Mitch 41, Big Joe 44, Bulk 43. Bulk improving, so everybody got counted out. And then, even though the bells rung after the countout, okay, whatever. After the match is finished, Bulk and Big Joe, Mitch Bashful won't stop sparring even though the attempts by Scooter break them up. It's an all-out brawl to the back. So yes, Grand Zero. I wasn't going to have a clean finish for this match. I needed to make it make sense. You know, I'm not booking this like I normally would. I'm trying to make everything seem a bit off and a bit weird. But there you go. You already have the name of the pre-booking of this. Okay, I'll book that after the show, but that will be happening. The rematch will happen at the show. And then, of course, Matt Walters defeats Bram in 15:01 by pinfall. Just a nice little match after the show. Now, next week's TV show. We haven't booked any matches for it, but we are now going to. In the main event of the evening, this is the go-home show, so please be aware there's going to be quite a few little niche and tag matches going on. So, Bram will be tagging with Matt Walters, even though they've just had a match on the pre-show, against Joseph Connors, wherever he is. There he is, Joseph Connors. And, of course, Vincent Crown. So that's going to be happening. That's your main event next week. Not only have we got that as your main event, we're going to be seeing Furio in action. Furio is going to be in action next week. He's going to be taking on the debut, TV debut of Johnny Storm. I don't think Johnny Storm's actually been on in a TV match, and if he has, it wasn't a major one. But that is a major one. As per usual, as always, when it comes to these shows, we have an important situation to contend with that Tom Falcon needs to defend his belt. So he's going to be defending against former Limitless champion, Mr. Jack Hammer. And finally, we're going to be having a little bit of fun with next week's show, as there'll be a six-man tag match featuring some of the names that don't normally get to appear on the main card. Danny Duggan, King Kendo always appears on the main card. Sammy Smooth. So King Kendo will probably have a match. I don't know who he's going to be taking on yet. Ashley Stark will go up with Danny Duggan. Crawley's and stuff for now. Jonathan Windsor can go up there. And now I'm screwed. Jodie Flash. And probably... I don't know who else. Really don't know who else. So it'll be someone that would work out. Lion Kid. Yeah, I know he's negative, but there we go. So Lion Kid is going to be in that match. So there's the final match of the 4 we announced on TV. I won't be announcing next week any matches after that till after the pay-per-view, but I won't tell you what they will be, and you won't get to see them. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next week for the Go Home edition of Falling Star Wrestling Fight Night. Thank you for watching. It is time for the Go Home show, and because of that, I've stacked as many wrestlers as I can on the main card. I've done hardly any angles. In fact, I haven't written any angles out. I've used some of the pre-ones and hype videos. But Jaden Scar, and in room performance of 45, and George Rashford at 39. No work improvements, 42D. So it was just a random pre-show match. So Jimmy Starr and Kenny Mack have a very heated conversation backstage, and eventually come to blows, and security swarm the ring, and security swarm the ring to break them up before they hit each other quite badly. Because of course, at round 0, which I forgot, but I'm going to be announcing it now, in a dog collar pincer sub match, and Fallen Star have done this before. It will be NLP taking on the Pitbulls in a dog collar match. I'm taking this pay-per-view very seriously and have as much fun as I can with it. This is my Falling Star. 400 people tonight, so we sold out the venue, which is nice. So in our opening match, in a decent match, Jonathan Windsor actually starting Danny Duggan, defeated Sammy Smooth, Jodie Flash, and Lion Kid in 550 when Danny Duggan defeated Sammy Smooth by pinfall. Ashton Stark seen off the game. Danny Duggan 31, Ashley Stark 35, Windsor 33, Lion Kid 40, Jodie Flash 43, Sammy Smooth 27. Sammy Smooth improving the technical at 37D-. In a decent match, Johnny Storm defeated Furio in 605 by pinfall the rear wind Hurricanrana after his distraction from Tom Falcon. Furio's getting better his gimmick. He had in 39, Johnny Storm 44. The Limitless title continued that segment at 42D. Crushers Curtis versus CW Davies, a video hyping for Sunday night's Ground Zero pay-per-view event live across the UK. In a decent match, Kenny Mack and the Pitbulls defeat Jimmy Starr and the NLP in 601 when Big Joe defeat Crawley by pinfall. Crawley 44, Mitch 45, Jimmy Starr 48, Kenny Mack 45, Big Joe 47, the Bulk 41, the Pitbulls versus NLP and the Star versus the Mack storyline. Bulk improving in technical and Kenny Mack in Rumble. 45D, nice. In an extremely short match, CW Davis and Robbie Reed defeat King Kendo and Crushers Curtis when Robbie Reed defeat King Kendo by pinfall. Crushers Curtis 32, King Kendo 47, Robbie Reed 38, CW Davis a 37. And live on pay-per-view will be King Kendo, of course. Will be making a special guest appearance, as always scheduled for the pay-per-view, against my man Robbie Reed, the Welsh Dragon. And he's a great wrestler. I love Robbie Reed, so I hope he don't lose tonight in Lynn and we won't be able to see him in Fallen Star again. Be upsetting. I like Robbie Reed. Great guy. Very good heel and a very good face, actually. Both very good, especially his match against Crawley. And then a video plays hyping up PVC versus Matt Walters at the pay-per-view, of course. The number 1 contenders match will be happening this semi-main evening. And then in a decent match, Bram and Matt Walters defeat Joseph Connors and Patrick Vincent Crown in 7:43, and Bram defeated Joseph Connors by pinfall with a velvet noise. Matt Walters carried the match to turns ring performance. Walters 56, Bram 39, PVC 46, and Connors 43. Fallen Star Wrestling Championship Storylines advances segment 48D. A video plays hyping up Jack Hammer versus Tom Falcon, your main event of the evening. And in a decent match, Tom Falcon defeats Jack Hammer in 15:30 by pinfall. He makes defense number 4 of his Limited title. Jack Hammer got a 52, Falcon got a 39, a beautiful match of 47D, and that's where we end tonight's show, a 46D, increased our popularity in one region. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you live this coming Sunday night for Ground Zero. Thank you for watching. Tonight, live, this is Ground Zero, and together we bring you some of the best British action out there. The Pitbulls and the NLP strapped together, nowhere to run. Two big brutes battle in the middle of the ring 4 weeks Furio's been after the bout and a blood sacrifice. Can he get both tonight? Kenny Mac, turned on by his friend, returned surprisingly a month ago, and now will get his revenge. The most hated man in Fallen Star Wrestling, get his. Matt Walters versus PVC. Who will be the #1 contender after tonight? And the main event, the Crazy Bram takes on Joseph Connors one-on-one for the Fallen Star Championship and so much more. And now Fallen Star Wrestling brings to you live Fallen Star Wrestling Ground Zero. Then Jason goes, welcome tonight, Fallen Star Wrestling Roster is going to bring you a great show. With me as always is James R. Kennedy. Thank you. And can you get rid of that mullet? It looks stupid now. It's time for my man King Kano to kick ass in that ring. Because he's a man with a golden mullet. I thought I'd do that. Tom Falcon is improving the acting, and Fury is learning to show more charisma, which is great. All these storylines advance, which is good. And tonight, in a decent match, King Kendo defeated Robbie Reed in 15 minutes 12 seconds by pinfall. King Kendo's getting by his gimmick. Robbie Reed sustained a nudge. And until, oh god. These two have great chemistry showing performance. King Kendo 48, Robbie Reed 40. No work improvements for 45D. Yes, I saw. And then we'll have the Pitbulls taking on the NLP. In a decent match, the Pitbulls defeat the NLP in a dog collar match in 14:31. When Bulk defeat Crawley by pinfall, the Pitbulls make defense number 4 of their Fun Star Tag Team titles. Bulk's seen off his game. Let me have a quick drink. Crawley 42, Mitch Basher 42, Big Joe 47, and Bulk 43. Bulk improving in technical and performance, which is good at 44D. In a decent match, Ashley Stark defeated Jodie Flash in 15:21 by pinfall. Jodie Flash in 39 and Ashley Stark at 32. No work on Prince Face 60. I don't know where to flip that one. And then we have a video hyping up Tom Falcon versus Furio, and I've done this quite a long match. In a decent match, Tom Falcon defeated Furio in 19 minutes 57 by pinfall. Tom Falcon makes defense number 5 of his Fallen Star Limitless title. Oh, the cat just made me jump. It's gone on the windowsill. That's one of our cats, the black one, Mickey. Furio 37, Falcon 42. Tom Falcon improving in performance of 40D minus. In a decent match, George Rashford defeated Johnny Storm in 14:38 by pinfall. George Rashford 40, Johnny Storm 46. No working problems of 43D. In a about decent match in the crowd, but subpar wrestling, Sammy Smooth defeated Jonathan Windsor in 14:31. Jonathan Windsor very off his game. Now it's quality in the colour of good match boost. Windsor 28, Sammy Smooth 27. No work improvements. The video plays hyping up CW Davis versus Crusher Curtis. In a battle that good heat and decent wrestling, Crusher Curtis defeated CW Davis in an I Quit match in 15:25 by submission. Crusher Davis 42, CW Davis 47. These two have great chemistry and showing their performance. Another good match. The video plays hyping up Jimmy Starr versus Kenny Mac. And there we go, in a decent match, in a battle that had good heat and decent wrestling, Kenny Mac defeated Jimmy Starr in 15:04 by pinfall. And the good thing is they have great chemistry showing their performance. Kenny Mac 47, Jimmy Starr 47. No work improvements, but you know, 46D for this match, not bad at all. But the match is over and Kenny Mac is celebrating with the fans, doing his weird dance where he puts his hand in the air and starts jumping around. Jimmy Starr looks very angry about losing and just jumps him and starts beating him from behind. Beating him down. In a decent match, Lion Kid defeated Jaden Scar by pinfall with the Lion Raw press. Jaden Scar 43, Lion Kid 41. Lion Kid improving performance, Jaden Scar flying. In a decent match, Jack Hammer defeated Danny Duggan in 15:28 by pinfall. These two don't click and made for an bout. Jack Hammer's getting back his gimmick. Danny Duggan 27, Jack Hammer 47. No work improvements of 49D minus. The video plays hyping up Matt Walters versus PVC, our semi-main of the evening. And in about that good heat and decent wrestling, Matt Walters defeated Patrick Vincent Crown in 20:01 by pinfall. PVC 43, Matt Walters 50. A nice little match. And the video plays hyping Joseph Connors versus Bram, our main event of the evening. 45D in a decent match. Joseph Connors defeated Bram in 20:28 by pinfall with an all she wrote. Connors makes defense number 3 of his Falling Star Championship title. No work improvements, but we're going to end the show there. A 46D increased our popularity in 5 regions because we're on pay-per-view. Whereas when we do the TV show, we're only showing to one place. So I'm going to give it to Matt Walters, I'm going to give it to Jimmy, and I'm going to give it to Joseph Connors because he did well. And we'll see you in the next episode. This is episode 1 of The Rebirth. I want to thank you for watching the first episode of The Rebirth. I will run through, I'll show you our popularity and stuff once the screen has loaded. So I'll see you at the main title screen in just a minute. So welcome back to the main title screen. Thank you for joining me here. We ain't got no choice because I'm doing the video. So yeah, where did we come last night? Let's have a look. I know we won't get many. What have I just opened? I don't want to... Oh, God. Excuse me while I get rid of that. There we go. So the feedback has been very positive. It was a good show, apparently. So we got 128 buys, which is less than what we got last time. So I will be up in the ante with buying some bigger names for the next few months. It might mean that I'm going to have to take the belt off Connors, or I might cheat a little and put his popularity up, because he's no way his popularity in Britain right now. He's at least a 50. He's up there with Thingamy and stuff. I'm just going to sort him out. So yeah, our roster as it stands, I'm going to do it from here. We're going to have a quick run through the actual roster. So everybody you've seen on TV, the only few we've got. So we've got Ashley Stark, Big Joe, Bram is not actually with the real company. So everyone apart from Bram is with the company, or has appeared with the company. Bram has never appeared for a Fallen Star. He's just someone I wanted to bring in because he's quite popular. But there's going to be some more big names coming. Bulk, Crawley, Crusher Curtis, C.W. Davis, Danny Duggan, Des Robbins, Furio, Josh Rashford, Jack Hammer, James R. Kennedy, Jason Santiago, he's the announcer. Jaden Scar, Jimmy Starr, Jodie Flesh, Johnny Kidd. He's our road agent. He's just here for the road agent job. Jonathan Windsor, Johnny Storm, Connors. He's appearing tonight. Kenny Mack, King Kendo, Lion Kid. Matt Walters, Mitch Basher, Patrick PVC, Reed, Sammy Smooth, and Tom Falcon. I will be making some signings, so this is all going to change over the next few weeks. You'll get to see all that change. But our franchise players are Walters, Crusher Curtis, Bram, Bulk, and Jimmy Starr. C.W. Davis, Crawley, Jack Hammer, Robbie Reed, and Furio are our next big things. Hot prospects. Jack Hammer. He's clear that he's actually 14, so I don't know when his birthday is. So if anyone can find out for me when his actual birthday is, so I can get that right. Crawley, Robbie Reed, George Rashford, and Ashley Stark. If any of you are looking at this and see your ages are wrong and you are from the wrestling company and you know how old you are, please tell me so I can change it respectively, because I don't want to piss people off. Josh Rayner, King Kendo, Matt Walters, Big Joe, and Kenny Mack are the talks. Showstoppers, King Kendo, Matt Walters, Jackhammer, Big Joe, and Bram. Ring Generals, King Kendo, Matt Walters, Joseph Collins, James Scar, and Bram. That's why I don't think he should be where he is. Falcon, Connors, Kendo, Bulk, and Johnny Stormer, who's hot. PVC, I'm not surprised. Furio, Jodie Flash, Robbie Reed, and Kenny Mack. Time decline is Johnny Storm and King Kendo. He's 43, Johnny Storm's 41, so it's quite surprising. Big Joe's not on there. So these are some of the hidden gems we can bring in. Ryan Smars, Dan Maloney, Jordan Devon, Tom Dawkins, and Cyanide. Tom Dawkins will probably come in as the character he's using at the moment. I can't remember what's Carnera. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you live next time for another episode of Fallen Star Wrestling, the rebirth of my channel, the rebirth of this. And I'll see you probably either in WWE, Impact, a local to global, or Fallen Star Wrestling. I'll see you somewhere real soon. Thank you for watching.